I guess growing up, I was just really used to being outdoors as a place of refuge, as a place of enjoyment, as a place of escape from the strangeness of growing up in suburbia. I think that the shift from viewing the outdoors as a place to enjoy it, and then shifting to a place where I felt the drive to organize and protect it. Not just protect the environment for the environment's sake, but also from the human rights angle, probably came when I was in the Peace Corps. At every step, I've always been surrounded by really strong women. So I guess there's not one single woman, but growing up, I grew up in a household that was very dominated by strong women. My mom is an activist, and she's a very strong leader around disability rights. And she also is a pretty potent feminist and has a lot of strong words to say around patriarchy. And so I grew up with this idea that women have to lead and women have to be strong. And when I was living in Panama, in the village, I learned a lot about leadership from the women, because although it was a very patriarchal society and culture where the men would be the one who would stand up and speak to audiences and be in the political roles, as soon as you go into the home, it was the women who were telling the men what they need to say at the meeting the next day. And it was the women who gave the men the feedback as to, was their analysis correct? Were they doing the right things? So all of the power behind what happened in the organizing work and the political work, it all came back to the really strong women, even though they weren't, their faces weren't on the front line. If you have an opinion, to make it as loud as possible, in unison with as many people as possible. That we can't sit back anymore and trust that our well-being and the environment's well-being is taken care of by our government agencies or by a capitalist free market, which is, we don't actually have either of those, and really we have to depend on the critical thinking of people who see the direction that is actually going to be healthy for people and the environment. And if you have any inkling of a vision of what you want to see in the world, you have to actually go out and make that happen. And I would say we don't need to do that on our own. Chances are, if one person has the idea, there's going to be a couple other people who already have that idea. And so rather than trying to stand up as an individual and work on our own, to find community and to really work hard to pair the criticisms with the vision.